And now, our feature presentation.
It was an ordinary Wednesday morning in America. People were commuting to work, children were playing Fortnite in their math classes, bread infused with criminal amounts of corn syrup were flying off the shelves, and I was still asleep by 10 a.m. Nothing out of the ordinary on the surface. However, somewhere in rural Iowa, some Breaking Bad LARPer threw together a bunch of random chemicals in a bowl, microwaved it, and then threw it at the wall in a fit of primal rage when it didn't resemble crystal meth, ruining his Walter White moment. Unfortunately for the rest of society, this buffoon had unknowingly perfected the recipe for Super Hitler AIDS, and in releasing it from its container, spread it around the world at breakneck pace, rendering 99% of the populace as Night of the Living Dead style Zambos within 24 hours. However, a silver lining for the survivors trapped in America was soon discovered. You see, zombies are famously allergic to cold, and Canada, the top hat of America, is where cold was invented, and it's available within their borders in massive surplus. As a result, Canada is allergic to the apocalypse, and Americans were left with either a road trip to salvation or a platter being delivered to a table for two to choose from. Two of Florida's finest boys, Gustav and Joe Biden, caught wind of these Canada rumors and decided to set off on the 2-week excursion. Being massive fans of The Walking Dead when it launched, like the huge fucking dweebs they were, they had already concocted a battle strategy to get them through the fortnight of street fights, which consisted of get in, get what you need, be it food, weapons, ammo, meds, what have you, then get the fuck out before you get the fucked up. Repeat the cycle whenever you need to go on a supply run, and in approximately 2 weeks you should be smelling Tim Hortons on every street corner. Gustav and Joe Biden figured this would be easy, but they failed to consider that since the outbreak, America had been rendered a lawless wasteland. Some would argue that things never really change around here. But they were soon stopped in their path by a clique of thieves. They told the duo to give up their shit. Joe Biden said fuck no, and then Joe Biden said Gustav should have been heartbroken by the loss of his companion, but thankfully he immediately found a dog named Martel, and all was right in the world. Then a gamer girl named Everly, who smelled of body odor and barbiturates, invited herself into the Gustav mobile. The car ran out of gas, Gustav got while siphoning gas. Everly and her new boyfriend went to an arcade to crank some 90s, left, car ran out of gas again. Everly abandoned the fiancé on the highway while running towards her new ride, met an eccentric umbrella saleswoman named Reese who knew how to use her product in awe-inspiring and possibly even unspeakable ways, and then crashed the car soon after, killing herself. Reese then went to a trader camp, picked up a mechanic named Loy, immediately blew herself up in a Walmart using a pipe bomb, and left Loy all alone once again. Loy then met the woman of his dreams, an Avril Lavigne-esque skater girl by the name of Donnell. The two quickly became inseparable, and started planning their future together. Although they were briefly third-wheeled by famous ska punk fanatic and tomboy enthusiast Harrier, all it took was the promise of a rare Jeff Rosenstock CD inside a burning building to get the show back on the road. They should have gotten happily married, but unfortunately Donnell decided to make a pit stop at a goblin tomb and release the fucking Grim Reaper himself, who infused his black magic into the girl, sucking the life out of her and replacing it with the unknown powers that are unlocked on the other side of the curtain, granting a middle road between life and death for this girl specifically. Donnell then immediately got boofed by some kid while trying to steal his shit at a trading camp. After seeing so many people die, and after losing the one person who made him truly feel alive in this bleak and scary world, Loy gave up on the hope that he had of reaching the light at the end of the tunnel. He parked his car and stared into the horizon. This entire time he had assumed that he was going to make it to Canada. This entire time he felt that there was no way he could possibly become another statistic of the death road. He thought that he had what it took to brave whatever it threw at him. But what Loy had forgotten was that he was never promised a path to a happy ending, but merely promised a path to the end, wherever that happened to take him. Loy closed his eyes, grabbed the best gear he could from the trunk, closed it, and rushed towards the cabin, knowing he likely wasn't about to escape death's grasp twice in a row. And he was soon proven right. Death Road to Canada isn't a game for those who like to win, because it's a game designed to make you lose. It's a game about how even when forced into survival mode, even when placed into an environment where every hour you're still breathing is a miracle, there are still fragments of humanity to be discovered in us all. It's a game about how in the direst situations we need to remember that all we really have in this life is each other. And it's a game about how even when you do everything in your power to succeed, life can and often will find a way to fuck things over for you anyway. But despite all that, it's never impossible to succeed. So even if you're probably gonna lose, why not give it your best shot anyway? If you think it's hopeless, then prove yourself right. Not like you have anything better to do anyway.